All right, got audio back? Audio. Recording here. Recording in my pocket. Recording on this one. Boom. Boom, I got you. Doing a good job, thank you. All right. What's up, fellas? I'm Coach Wheeler. You guys help me out with the names as we go. We'll do our best. All right, so the one downfall of running Princeton and getting really good at it is teams start zoning you. And the downfall of COVID was everyone got lazy during COVID and maybe efficient. You can say like, well, we only have an hour to practice, so we have to do something easy, so they do zone. So a lot of coaches kind of stuck with the zone and liked it. Hopefully now we're kind of getting back to, and sometimes it's just by area. Some areas everyone zones, and some areas they don't. So if you see a lot of zone, this is kind of how I balance this with your man-to-man offense. So if you're running Princeton, but like I'll have coach say, well, coach, we see like 80% zone. Then I'm like, you need to spend 80% of your time on your zone offense. Okay, for me, I saw like 3% zone. And when I did see it, I'd see it 3% of the time, but I would have 6, 7 teams try it on us. Then we'd start picking apart their zone. And I'm like, yeah, we're beating the zone. And then we're like, okay, stay in it. And they go back to the man-to-man and we can't score. I'm like, what the heck's going on? It's just sometimes. But anyway, so see you guys. So we're going to work on zone offensive stuff. So I want who's on defense, who's on offense? White D's. Line up in a 2-3 zone. I give you 5 guys on offense. Now, one of the big things I like to do, if you haven't noticed, I like to try to keep things as simple as possible. And the one thing about zone defense is, if you could pick one zone defense to play against, which would it be? I think everyone would probably say a 2-3. That's the most popular one. That's the one everyone sees. I think it's the easiest one to compete against. I wouldn't necessarily say that, but I'm saying it's the most common. It's what we're used to seeing the most, right? Do you guys kind of agree? All right, so the beauty about that is I know how to turn every zone defense into a 2-3. So if I can turn every zone defense into a 2-3, I really only have to know how to play against a 2-3 zone. So for me, I'm like working on 97% offense, man-to-man offense, and when it comes to zone, I don't want to have to spend a half-hour a day working on zone offense because I don't need to. But I want to get really good at it, so when we do see it, we know what to do right away. We know what actions to look for. We know how to turn. It doesn't matter if it's a 1-2-2, a 1-3-1, a 3-2. We turn them all into a 2-3. Okay, and a lot of coaches, guys, everyone's always saying, well, how can we run our Princeton man-to-man stuff against a zone? Because we spend so much time running our man-to-man. Can we just run that against a zone? In some instances you can, and some you can't. And sometimes it just makes it harder. I'd like to say, so I've tried to find different ways to do it, and there's one way that I would do it, and I'll show you that here as we go through this. But before that, this is what I call the one-zone offense. This one-zone offense works against all zones, okay? So let's start out. So we got 3 guys up front. Give me just have you start down here in the short corner. Have you start down here in the short corner. Now, usually, I just like to hold it when I talk, so back up here with me. Usually what we'll say is, coach say, hey, when we see an even front, an even front zone, we want to attack them with an odd front. Or if we see an odd front, we want to attack them with an even front. I personally like attacking even fronts with even fronts and odd fronts with odd fronts. It's because it's different. Everyone's zigging, I like to zag. That's why, maybe 3% of coaches run Princeton. So maybe that's one reason why I'm drawn to it. It's just different. You don't see it all the time. That's why Coach Moore in Indiana runs it. He's like, we're here in Indiana, no one runs Princeton. So we're different than everyone else. And they're not used to, when they have to prepare against us, they have to prepare against something they don't see every day. And it's harder for them. So it's like advantage us. It's another thing. So, but the one thing I will say, when we start up against a 2-3, it looks like an odd front right now, offensively. But all I'm going to do is I'm just going to dribble over here. I'm going to choose a side. And pretty much this is me. I'm saying, now this guy is one responsible for me. Okay? And pretty much now, if you're in a 2-3 zone, you're probably up here playing this split. You're probably leaning towards big. You're on this side. I almost kind of want to make and you'll see this better when we go to an odd front. It'll look perfect. because sometimes they'll actually come out with 4 out. I'll show you how we do this one zone offense with 4 out, attacking really with an even front. But basically, I'm going to go from here where these guys are both guarding me. So I'm just going to choose a side. Doesn't matter which side it is. Okay, we already have our 2 guys are designated. One guy's going to be a short corner guy. One guy's going to be a high post guy. They will alternate. Okay, so it's a 3-around-2 offense. But you're going to choose a side essentially and make one of these guys commit to you. All right, now the ball is going to go to the wing. And when the ball goes to the wing, it's also important to make sure that it's kind of funny, like zones, a 2-3 zone, 90% of the time is not designed to get deflections, but sometimes, strange enough, they do. And I think it's more because we start to get a little bit lazy offensively. And I want to make a couple adjustments to make sure that we never, because our guys would stop right here, and this guy's now in this spot, and you come down here to the 3-point line, and we make this reverse pass over here, but this guy just sticks his hand out like here, and he gets a piece of it or deflects it, and somehow, I don't know, how do we keep getting deflections out of a zone like this, a 2-3 zone, a packed-in zone? It happens. So when we hit the wing, first thing I want to do is I just want you to be an outlet. Volleyball lines is right. I just want you to be an outlet. Okay? You don't have to be, again, they're not guarding individual people. They're in a zone, so I just want to make sure I have an outlet because, well, of what we're going to do next, and I'll show you that in a second. Once we choose a side, I got short corner, and I've got high post. Okay? Sometimes you can start, if you want to start a guy at the high post and start a guy in the short corner, that's fine. But then if he chooses that other side, it's like you can come straight across or you can dive, you can X, I don't care how we do that. Sometimes it's just whoever gets there first. I might turn and say, oh, no one's there, so I'll go there and say, oh, I'll flash from behind. I love flashing from behind, so Xing is great as well. The one time we will come straight across are on skips. We'll show that in a second. But you are basically coming to an area where you are open, between guys. You just want to be between guys. All right, you're coming here kind of midline. Your role is high post. Basically what happens is you might sit on this guy, but you're kind of responsible for that one too. So a lot of times you just want to get close enough to guard him with your left, and then you kind of want to be like one of you 2 guys, kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of like behind here on the right. And you're kind of focused on this one, but you're kind of like, okay, yeah, all 3 of you are kind of guarding the high post right here. Okay, it's more going to be more him than you. All right? So let me show you how the action works, and then I'll show you how we actually, because the defense is best on the first couple passes. They're good early, but they break down late. So one of the big things that I think mistake I made as a younger coach is we were trying to attack, get in the short corner, get in the high post, and we would try to do it immediately, and we could never do it. Okay, so actually I tell you what, let me just kind of show you the mechanics of the offense, and then I'll show you how we reverse it around and how we really break down the defense. So if the ball goes to the short corner, all right, you guys are always working together. If it goes to the short corner, you are always cutting to the rim, and then you're emptying out to the opposite short corner, right? And then you are, again, being an outlet. So you were the outlet, now you're the outlet because you're close. So you're coming right here just to be the outlet, okay? You are now finding we're calling a window, and you're finding a window. And your window looks like this. On my whiteboard, I can use markers, but basically, there is a window right here between this one and this one where he's got the ball. You want to be right in that window on the 3-point line. All right, so you want to be an offensive threat. Now you have to find another window. There's 2 more windows. You want to go all the way down to the baseline, kind of like our dribble drive. I mean, behind the defense. Yeah, right around there. Yep, there you go. You want to find, got a window here, or you might have a window there. But I'm going to say this might be the one I like better. And you want to be right in the middle of it. Right now you're kind of a little bit, there you go. Yeah, this way step. So can you see where the ball is? Like you want to be right in the middle. You want to make it as hard as for these guys. If they come close together, that's good. They come close together, oh, this window just got bigger. He starts going this way, up, your window just got bigger. Okay, so I kind of think about it that way. Now, the goal here is if we did not hit the high post cutting, which you're not going to on the first time, every time the ball is in the short corner, it basically would turn it into a 2-3 zone. Now, we know they're in a 2-3 now, but that's the trick. Get it in the short corner, every zone's a 2-3. Even in the corner, get it in the corner, every zone turns into a 2-3. All right? So now, what we want to do from here, okay, go ahead and bring it back up here to the wing. So we'll show you this. So that's what that looks like. So the ball's right here. You're back at the high post. So if we throw the high post, you cut, you're filling as an outlet. finding a window, finding a window. Now, come back here. So let's do the other one now. So now let's say we hit the high post. If we hit the high post, you are now cutting behind the zone, and you're cutting to the opposite side. So if the ball goes high, the low guy cuts. The ball goes low, the high guy cuts. When the ball gets to the high post, it's again, you're finding a lane in a window. And again, once the ball gets in the middle, this is like the death spot for zone offenses or for zone defenses. Now, you're going to have to come this way and commit because there's your guy. The guy's wide open. He's got him. You're going to have to start coming this way. He's going to have to come here. You're going to have to come, and everyone's going to start shifting over. Okay, but the goal is once we get it in here, the defense collapses, kick it out to whoever you can find first. Opposite's going to be the ultimate spot we want to get the ball to in a zone. I don't care if it goes to him first, or if it goes to him and then him, or if it goes from him to him to him, as long as it gets reversed. Okay, all right, so let's come back up at the top, start completely over. Okay, now, so now the offense kind of has an idea of what we're doing. Let me show you exactly what a good zone defense, a well-coached zone defense is going to do. So when you bring it over here, when you hit this wing first what's going to happen is you're going to come take the wing because your responsibility was the ball. But what happens, a good 2-3 is the wing responsibility is yours, all right? Anything foul line and above is yours and yours. So what you're going to do is he's going to help you. You're going to bump him down, and then you're going to go take short corner. You're going to bump him over, and then you're going to bump the 5-man back. You're going to the other side, and you've got opposite. The opposite top guy has got the high post. This is actually how this works. So I was more focused on the offense than the defense. So now you are helping her. So this is exactly how it, so now you can actually see it better. Now you can see the ball's here. Now if we were to throw it down to the short corner, and again, it's not post. You don't have to fight for low post position. Come all the way down here if you want. And I actually would prefer you kind of a little bit closer to the baseline, but wherever you can get open. All right, catch the ball here. Now you see the 2-3 zone. Okay, you're going to come down here because you got to come down here in this split. A 2-3 zone is more of a containment zone, guys. You're going to have to bounce back like this. Now let's look for you. So your outlet number one. All right, now we're looking for windows. Okay, I got a window here. It might be there. It might be right through these two guys. Okay, and what's going to happen is it's going to move. Your windows are going to move. They're going to open and close. This guy's going to come over here. He's too open, and then it just opened up. And then he sees your hand. He starts to come this way, and your window just opened up. And you start to come up like this, and then you start to sneak behind him. Okay, so you have all of these windows. Right now, if you were to get it down to the short corner the first time, great. We want to get the ball to the opposite wing, right? So I don't care, again, like I said, if it goes to the outlet, reverse, it's getting to that side. So let's go ahead and reverse it right here to the outlet. Now, on this reversal, I'll say, here, you got it here. On this reversal, let's catch it. It's the second pass out. So now we reverse this one. On this reversal, if you're actually reversing it from spot to spot to spot, you actually want to try to drive this gap. You want to make this guy commit to you and not him, all right? The idea is to get the guards up top to commit to the ball so I actually want the wing to come guard the wing. I want the wing defender to guard the wing, okay? Because what it forces the 5-man to guard the short corner, and we're just moving that defense out, okay? So once we get here, and this is exactly right. So once we reverse it around, this is why I want you low, is because once the ball's over here, zones are focused on areas. They're not like in pistol stances, seeing this and this. Everyone's eyes are kind of on the ball. So what's great about this coming from the weak spot is I'm coming from behind them, they don't see me. And as soon as I pop in that gap, boom, now you got me. Now if you get me here, you cut from behind them. All right, and that's your first look. Okay? If it comes high, so that's why if it comes high, you cut. All right? If you're flashing up here and you step out, and again, it might be this high, it might wherever it is, but you catch it here in the short corner, boom, now you die. What happens? He comes here, and then you've got a little on you, and then you go behind him. What happens is if they're in a zone, sometimes they're like, oh, I'm going to turn and I'm going to pass him. Oh, there's no next guy, and you get open. All right, so we pass it here. Your next look is down like this, and you've got that one. Okay? Sometimes he's open. Sometimes it'll happen right here. Sometimes it'll happen right here. Okay, it's going to be a little bit different. But so you guys can understand, your first look is your partner diving here. Okay? Once you throw it to the short corner, you're coming down here to be an outlet. You're finding a window. You're finding a window. So you've dove down. Now, when you dive down, you create the window. All right? So you see? Now let's go ahead and skip it out to this one. We bypass that one, drive it hard middle, you're getting to the wing. And if you can make this opposite one guard you, that's good. That's what we want. Kick it here. And now what happens is, as soon as you catch it, if you don't have a shot, it goes down immediately. Because what happens is, he's already here, and the 5-man, so the 5-man defender is here, and then before he can even get there, we want to drop it down quick. You have to have that point of emphasis. You have to drop it down there quick. You'll see that once we switch defenses up. Okay? All right, you guys kind of got that a little bit? Okay, so let's start back over. Now, I don't care what side you can go whichever side you want. But the first time, I do not want to throw it into either guy, because again, the first time down, it's not going to be as open. But once you reverse it once, reverse it twice especially, you're going to have almost whatever you want. So your thought process has to be kind of like this against a zone. You need to be, they want you to hurry. Okay, because they know they got a solid wall built there. So like when I'm doing this, like, okay, we're going to go, we'll just call this 32, because we got 3 out, 2 in. So 32, whatever offense is. I'm going to throw it here. I just want to get looking. Boom, look. Okay, boom, here. Woo. Boom, quick. Look down. Don't have it. Okay. Boom. Now, don't stay next to your guy. Just go away from him. Okay, so you don't have to post him up or anything. You just go away from him. So as soon as you can pop out here to get open, pop all the way out here. If you've got to come out here, come out here. Once the ball gets down here the first time, okay, now we're in business. That's the kind of goal we want to work with. So once it goes down here, you flash here. Now you cut, and you're finding a window. Once the ball gets down there one time, you guys are like money. Okay, my eyes always lit up when we saw a zone because it was just so easy to beat. So now we got this one, and then if you come at me here, boom, quick, I got that one, and then drop it down quick. See how fast that happened. Okay, yeah, and as soon as you kick it out, you start coming up you start creeping. You're trying to find the gap, just coming up wherever you can find that gap. All right, and then you did the right thing that turn. As soon as you saw he was open, you just threw it down there right away. If you're going to shoot it, but don't catch it and hold it. If he's open in the short corner, you hit him. If he's open in the high post, you hit him right away. Okay, and then it's that easy. Okay, it's that easy. Okay, so let's do this a couple times.
32.
Good. Reverse it, quick. Drive it. Good. Drop it down. There you go. Good cut. Patient. Good. Quick. Okay, hold the ball. There you go. Oh, good. Run it. Good. So what I was trying to say is you guys are doing a lot of, you're moving the ball really quick up here and not giving these guys time to get, these guys are like, they're like, back and forth, kind of like ping pong. It's just like they're getting hit too early. Okay, so when you catch it, you can catch it and hold it and wait for things to develop. What I meant earlier when I said don't catch it and hold it was if he's open, don't catch it and hold it. If he's open, hit him. But getting it all the way over here is perfectly fine. Holding it here for a second, let the defense get set, right? And you might not be open down there, but you might be able to take a step out and hit him out there, okay? Or maybe he finds you get down here and the defense shifts. You come back up here, you find that gap in the middle, okay? If not, then you can reverse it and kind of come back this way a little bit. As soon as we reverse it out to you, rip it through and drive this gap. Rip it through and drive this gap, okay? If you can make him guard you, and this is where we'll say on this reversal to the top, if this is the one time where I'm saying, if you can get your feet into the lane, get your feet into the lane, and that defense will collapse, then you can kick it out. But if you can make this guy guard you for a second, all right, kick it, then you kick it to him, and then you got short corner on that other side, okay? If you need to, pop up here, boom, and go down, okay? Kind of like what we've been telling all the other guys is you guys don't have to play at one speed, okay? You don't have to play like you're playing lightning fast. If you guys play one speed, they can time you up. If you play multiple speeds, they're going like this, and then they're slowing down. Then they're going hard, then they're slowing down, okay? All right? Punish them for being in a zone. Make them stay in that defense a little bit longer. Now, I know you guys have 35 seconds. 35 seconds is a long time. All right, here we go.
32.
Good. Give them a look. Give him a look, patient. Good. Okay. All right. So you guys got the mechanics of it. All right, you guys got the mechanics of it. When you catch it on the wings, be more patient. Be more patient. I want to go through and keep teaching. So, but if you wait for that short corner. If you're not open in the short corner, step out to the actual corner. Okay? But once it's down there, then we start cutting, moving, find our windows, then we can reverse around and play. Okay? All right? So now that we understand that, yep.
I noticed that number 2 right here was dribbling as the high post was flashing. How do you know about that?
Who was dribbling?
Reversal right here on number 2.
Yep.
You would dribble in as the high post was flashing.
Yeah, I said I would like to look at, if you're driving where he's flashing, you think you're going to go anywhere?
No.
Yeah, it's because he's kind of taking that gap. If you, the gaps that you guys are going to get are going to be across the middle, especially when they're like that. Now, if they flatten out, if you catch it through here and you're ripping, I would kind of say, like, if it's a gap that he's going to get into, you might abandon your flash. If he's getting in here, you might stop. Okay, and then because if this guy comes up, you might go underneath of him. Okay, if he's getting in there. If he's getting there before you, I would say don't. Or you might start, oh, nope, he's coming, I see him. Boom, then you might back up and you might actually have him. Okay? All right, so now that you guys got the basic mechanics of that. Another way that I would enter this is, give me 4 out. So go ahead and pop out to the wing. Pop up here, the lot. So this is a way that we would kind of disguise that. This is how I would probably actually start this. You can start up top in the middle. You can start down the short corner, I don't care. But go ahead and start down the short corner right now. And if I go this way, just go short corner to short corner. But if you look at it like this, if we come down like this, everyone pretty much now is matched up. You're gonna have to come higher, because if he's a shooter, yeah, you're gonna have to come a little bit higher. Give him a little bit of respect. He's like, my man can't shoot. I'm playing down here. All right. So now it almost looks like you've almost made their zone look like a man-to-man here. All right, so now when I make this pass here, okay, and we would actually, what I might actually do is come this way, because I want you in the high post, so you're going to come to the high post when I go here, but I might come like this first, and then throw it to that guy. And it's kind of weird right now. It's like, you need to go bump him down. Defense, no. Yep, hey, you go bump him down, and you do all that rotation stuff, all right, and then you're the outlet, it's like, you're wide open, and it's like, now kick it to me. Who's going to guard me? It's kind of like when we went even front versus even front. It's kind of a little awkward for the defense if they're bumping them down like that, which is what most everyone teaches with a 2-3 zone. Okay. Then when it gets reversed here, when I come back to this side, now I want you to flat. Yes, right from behind the zone. There he is. And you keep coming. You keep finding the gap. Don't stay next to your guy. And then I'm going to come be the outlet. You go look short corner. Look down there. Boom. Flash, boom. Now I'm stepping here. Woo! All right. And then we're playing. Okay. Now we're back to round 3, round 2. Then we're back into our 1-zone offense. Okay. Now, defense, give me a 1-2-2. Okay. And let's say that they're going to run an aggressive 1-2-2. And this is why the one Princeton offense that I would run set would be chin. But the reason you can't run it against every zone is because as soon as they do this and they play this gap like here, you can't throw that guard to guard anymore. And I'm not about fighting their strength. They're taking that away. They're like, hey, we're going to take that away. I don't like playing this game of you're more athletic than we are and I got to do this stuff. Okay, it's not something that makes me very comfortable. So so the coach will say, hey, when you see an odd front, attack it with an even front. I like being a little different, and I'm going to say, okay, go back down to the short corner. I'll start right at the high post in this one. Yep, so right in the high post, just like that. All right, now what happens is, I'll tell you, start down in the short corner, just so we can kind of see. If I go odd front against their odd front, again, it kind of turns it into a man-to-man. Everyone now, seems to have like responsibility for one guy. Okay, but what I've done is, if their strength is this guy being in between 2 passers, I just took that away from them just by coming up here with an odd front. And the trick is, In a 1-2-2, they're probably playing the splits, kind of playing a pack like that, one pass away. Whereas like a 1-3-1, they're going to try to be in that passing lane. Sometimes they might come out here and be in these passing lanes, but it's kind of awkward now because now he's flashed the guy at the high post, and it's going to be easy to beat. So if they come out real high, now you would commit and flash here, and boom, I could do this. Now we're going to pick them apart all day long. Okay, it's not going to be that easy. Okay, it's not going to be that easy, fellas. But what happens is, okay, once I choose a side, okay, I want to now attack the next defender. I want to attack the wing defender here. Okay, I've taken away their strength. I almost want two guys to guard me. I want to be trapped because if he comes at me, boom, I pick it up, and now I can throw it over here, and now, there, he's got to do that. Now you drop the short corner, and look how open the short corner is. Throw it down there. Okay, stop. All right, now, what happens is in a zone, ball goes there. Zones play bad defense, so they usually turn this way. You go behind them. Here we are. All right, and that's your first look, okay? All right? So ball's up here. Throw it down the short corner. Okay, stop. Okay, even say it's not open. All right, but go ahead and cut down there because that's what you do. You are becoming an outlet. All right, you find a window, you find a window. What have we done? 2, 3. Who's our top two guys? You will come, well, even if you don't bump him down, basically you see it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. All right, so you've turned him into a 2-3 zone. All right, because he's going to be playing this split. Even though they didn't bump him down like that, they're still lined up and kind of like, it almost looks like a man-to-man more than a 2-3, right? But essentially, once it's down here, it's a 2-3 zone. If I look at these three guys, I look at these two, it's a 2-3. Okay, I guess it can depend on how you look at it, but that's how I look at it. All right, so once it's a 2-3, you guys know what to do already, right? Outlet, window, you gotta find a window. Where's your window? And again, the windows will change, okay? And if you feel like you can get in here, if he can take a dribble, if I dribble, you guys space. If I dribble, the windows are going to change. So if I'm driving in here, you guys space. If we kick it out, now this is what happens. I'll bring it back down here. I'll let you guys do it instead of me doing it. I don't care. Go ahead and reverse it out here. Now, look, this, real quick. You're kind of down here in this area. On this next reversal, boom, hit it quick. Boom, you got to pop out quick. And you get here before he can deny this. And when they're not in a 2-3, it takes them longer even to get to this other side. And what happened was we reversed the ball all the way around. We never let them set the 1-2-2 back up again. All right? So you're still essentially playing against this 2-3 zone. You've turned their 1-2-2 into a 2-3 zone. And then you guys know what to do. Okay? All right, let's go to the top and let you guys do that one time. All right, here we go. Hands. Good. Good. All right, good. Dead. All right, back up top. Back up top. Do it again. Good. Quick. Good. Flash. Drive a gap. Oh, there he is. Yep. Dead. Good job. So anytime the ball goes short corner high post, you guys got to be selfish. If it comes to you, first look is always the other big. Ball goes to you, it's always the other big flashing. Those are the first two things that are going to happen. And actually, the windows aren't going to appear until after that cut happens anyway. But that's where you guys are going to be open. Okay? Do you guys see that? Does that kind of make sense a little bit? Okay. All right, here we go. Come up here, do it again. All right, now I'm not going to show the 3-2 because the 3-2 is like a 1-2-2, just flat. Basically the same thing. So give me a 1-3-1 now. All right, and let's line up with a two-guard front. So like most teams would come up here, two-guard front, come up. And actually what they would actually do is you'll go to the corner. We used to call like 3 low or something like this. This is when I coached, this is what we do. So an extended 1-3-1. You're going to come out here and you're playing this passing lane, what I call bad defense in this passing lane, right? You are playing this passing lane. And you are literally, the rule is the 1-3-1 defense, guys, no straight passes. They have to throw, if they're going to, it has to go over the top. So you're right. Don't even look at this guy. Don't even look at this guy. I mean, I don't care where he is. Because if he's going to make that pass, it's going over top. It's going to give me plenty of time to go. And actually, if it goes to the corner, it's you. Okay? And you're staying down here in the short corner. And actually, who's the two-man in this group? If I were to do this, I would say you would probably be up. Would you be the guy up top? Okay. Usually what happens is they put their point guard down here. In a 1-3-1, usually the point guard's in this spot. Who's the point guard here? Yeah, you come down here, you go up there, or you go on a wing, you go up there. You're longer. Usually your forwards are on the side, your longer guys. They always put the smallest guy down here because your role is corner to corner. You have to be quick. All right, so usually the point guard's the one down there. All right, but you're playing passing lane, bad defense. You're playing passing lane, bad defense. And this is where, okay, if the teams that play 1-3-1s usually play it because they're long. They're big and they're long. So they're like, we're going to take this advantage. Now what happens is you're like, you know, you guys doing this, they're doing that stuff right there, and now you're in that passing lane, and you're kind of going, you're flashing around, whatever you're doing. And, you know, then we try to throw it over top to the corner, and then they go trap the corner. They go blitz the corner, and then you go deny that one, and then you're like, so this is what the 1-3-1 will try to do. Aggressive 1-3-1 will try to do something like that. Okay, so now come back up here. And there's another way to attack this, but what's going to happen is if you try to drive in this, you guys just kind of collapse a little bit. You still stay in between me. Now, if you come too low, I'll make it chest pass. But this guy is now going to muddy up the middle. But you guys are still kind of coming in a little bit, right? But you guys are kind of taking away. So I've got nothing here. I've got nothing here, right? The one thing that I will say is, like, even in this lineup, because I'm going to show you how we do this with the one guard front, is you're coming to the three-point line right there. So you're trying to get that gap. Now, you've got to take this gap away, but that's where you want to go. You want to make him commit, and then you might go on the backside. That's what we're going to try to get. But I'm going to show you how we do this with a one guard front, because it's a little bit easier. Okay, so now, because we don't have to throw it over top. All right, so now if we go with the one guard front, I actually want you to come to the wing now, and come to the wing. I want one guy in the short corner, one guy in the high post. I tell you what, just stay in the short corner. Just both of you in the short corner. Once I choose a side, flash the same way. The idea here is now, what they might do is you might turn like this and like try to force me left or force me, they're going to start doing stuff like this. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Against a 1-3-1, I don't mind being trapped at all. I actually kind of want to be trapped. So you kind of have to be prepared to be tough for a second. All right? Is when we go here, I actually want to get this gap. Now, it's harder for you to play that passing lane right now. It really kind of is. But what I want to do is I want to get in this gap. I want you to space out. You're going to start to space. As I come, you're going to space out. But as I get here, I almost want to get trapped. When I pick the basketball up, you guys are going to trap. So if he actually commits here and I can rip it through and make this pass, step out. I don't care if you step out to the corner. Throw it down there to the short corner. All right? And we flash. And now you flash down. Now 4-2 is flashing down. Cut opposite. Yep, flash down, cut opposite. All right, and now what happens is I'm finding my window. All right, you're finding your window. But look at the defense. If you don't have anyone, back up. All right, back up. Okay, if you stay high, he's just going to flash around and get you. And we've turned a 1-3-1 into a 2-3 zone. Okay, just by getting it there. Another way that another gap that I like getting, when the ball is here and you guys are up here trapping, five man, you are high here. Okay, you're going to be on top of me like this. I mean, it's bad defense. All right, if I get here and pick it up, the other one I like, if you're strong with a basketball, boom. And if they get aggressive, I might have this one. As I rip through here, is that opposite one right there. And if I hit here, it's not your responsibility. Are you the bottom guy? No, you were the wing guy. Okay, so that is yours. When he comes to guard you, that's when he gets open. Okay, and once the ball is here, you're there and you flash down low, flatten out the defense. We've just turned him into a 2-3 again, finding a window, boom. And then reverse it, then drop it down again real quick. There it is. So when the wing comes out to guard you, that's when the short corner gets open. And if we can reverse it that quick against it, they never set the 1-3-1 back up again. All right, if you got, and then what happens when they skip it out? If they can skip it out, and then boom, all of a sudden when he closes out, if you can get in this gap, you know, that's when you can get in the lane, jump stop, do all that fundamental stuff, and then if I have that one, I have that one. If I don't, I can kick it out. Okay, so once it gets kicked out, we want to get it reversed or we want to get in the lane. But the idea is they never get set back up. They never get set back up into their 1-3-1. Okay, so let's try that a couple times. Good? See, that's the pass they want you to make. Don't make the hard pass. So you have an outlet here for a reason. You have an outlet here for a reason. Just come and just, all you have to do is be open. All you have to do is go to where you have to go to be open.
Hey, Coach,
all right?
Let's say he's in the corner. I'm just like right here then. Like right here.
So right here, right here. Okay? Yep. And the reason is, if you go over here, defense goes with you. Okay? If you come over here, defense comes with you. But if the defense comes this way, even if you're not open, you made that window bigger. That first window bigger, that second window bigger. Okay? All right, here we go. Now, hold on. I want you to, though he can't play the passing, but I want you up here playing this passing lane like this. Okay? I want you up here playing this passing lane like that. Okay? This bad defense, we're doing the aggressive 1-3-1 like this. Okay? But the only thing is he's going to try to force you aside. You want to get in this gap. It's going to look more, again, depending on how they run the 1-3-1, it might look different. Sometimes they might play these passes, sometimes they might not. But if you get in this gap and I collapse and he collapses, you have this one or you have that one, okay? And then you go from there, all right? And if one of you guys want to sometimes mix it up, one guy start high, one guy start high. Okay, here we go. Move it. Move it. Down. Got to get it down the short corner. Got to get it down the short corner. Try again. Go again. Work on getting it down to the short corner. And look, don't, that skip, you guys start getting soft for those skips, a good defensive team that run this all the time are going to go get those. Okay, so try to be more focused on getting it to either the short corner or the high post. All right, here we go. Down, there it is. Dead. He's open. Throw it to him, right? It's like, make eye contact with your teammates. And this is something we were talking to all the other teams with. If you make eye contact, if he's open, he gets the ball. All right? There's like nothing about it. Now, I know you're not throwing it to him because you don't like him. Okay? I assume you guys are buds. But if he's open, throw it to him. So what I'm saying is, like, for me, they'll say there's two reasons a guy won't pass it to someone. One is because they're selfish, and the other reason is they don't see them. All right? If they're selfish, we would just remove that problem. Okay? You're either going to pass it to him or you're not going to play, and that problem's solved. Okay? If they can't see that he's open, you just got to yell at him and say, he's open. Look at you. You just got to yell at him. You just got to say, hey, we got to make him aware that he's open to throw it. Because I think he didn't throw it down there because he didn't see he was open. Even though he was wide open, or he didn't see, or he didn't think he could get it there. But he's wide open, so that's where we want it to go. All right? Okay, here we go. There you go. Pick it up. Good. Move it quick. Down. There you go. Window. Patient. Yep. Okay. And so again, try not to. So if you really work the wings, really work the short corners, the ones, the passes that we're working on, those are the ones that they're going to develop. Now, the only other thing I'll say is once you get on the wing and once you reverse it from one side to the other, that's when you also want to try to drive and get these gaps. If you can, ball comes to that side, you rip it through and you're looking reverse. But if you can get in this gap, that's when you're going to break down the defense. That one more so. But more so than dribbling it this way and throwing it back that way. We haven't shown it because it doesn't really work. But if you catch it from one side and you rip it through and you get in the paint, now you can get that one or that one, especially against a 1-3-1. Because you got the point guard. Smallest guy on the floor is on the bottom of a 1-3-1. All right, here we go. Good idea. Listen, try not to, the skip's not going to be that easy to throw. Okay, and when you're flashing, don't flash to where the defense is, flash to where they're not. And you might have to wait just a little bit longer. Don't flash side by side with them, flash away from them. Find the middle of two defenders at all times. All right, here we go. Yep.
So when you get to the corner, what's like the most optimal shot? Like when you get on the offense, when you get to the corner, like what's like, I don't know, 3 or like cut? What are you trying to do?
Once the ball's in the corner, well, the first look is always going to be your high post cutting, and then we got windows. So we're going to look now. If he can drive out of that, you can drive. Sometimes you can drive middle out of that. If they're coming to trap you, especially. But we want one guy to be available, one guy right here, and then the other guys are spotting up on the 3-point line. Now, one thing I haven't said: if you guys see an opening in here, if you're standing on the 3-point line, but there's a big gap, you can cut from here. You can cut from behind. And what I would say is, if the ball's in the short corner like this, you're being the outlet. I've got a window. No, you're probably down here somewhere. Let's say you're up here. Maybe I'm a shooter and you're up here on me. See a big gap? Flash. Now this is what happens. He'll flash, and then you'll throw it over his head out of bounds. Okay. So ball back in the short corner. So what I would say, if I'm playing with you, if I see him flashing, I'm going behind. So what happens is you're not going to follow me because you're in a zone, but you're going right in the middle of that. So now you've got him or you got me. So throw it to me. There you go. Boom. And it's back down. And then if it's already down there, you stay down there. Okay, and you might just stay right in the middle, because if the middle's there, if there's a gap in the middle, there's a gap in the zone, find it. Okay? All right, let's give it one more shot. Let me beat you real quick. All right. Okay, here we go. Whoop. Quick, down, down, down. Someone. Ball. Over here. Down here. Look. Quick. If he's open, you got to get it down there. He get it down there. You go. Quick. There it is. Good. See, sometimes as a point guard, catch it, you can hold it for a second. If you feel like we're getting frantic at any point in time, catch it, and yeah. You can let if you got your spot and you're strong with the ball, do that, and then just rip it through and be strong with it. Slow everyone else down, gather everyone else, okay? All right, one more time. Here we go. Quick, good. Need someone down there, Okay, dead. One thing, sometimes, let's say you're on the high post, and you're in a short corner, and the ball's over here. Sometimes, if you're up top, and maybe you get stuck up top, you just flash over here. When that ball comes, you guys don't have to be in the same, you guys are in the same two spots, it should never work that way. Eventually, you guys are going to come straight across instead of flashing. Sometimes that's just the quickest way to got it. If he's slow here and you can get here quicker, you get here. He's like, oh, cool, you got there first. I'll just stay up here. Okay, all right. One more time. We had this, we tried to run a 1-3-1 against the best team in our league, and they would literally, this is what they would do. Their point guard would dribble to this spot. They would come here. They'd pick up the ball. The guy's like 5'4", and he would just do this, and we could not take it. They'd come in and reach for it. And they would do this, and they would do this, and then they would do this, and they're looking here, and then when I'm looking, you got to dive, you got to take care of that. And then they would throw that one, and then a short corner, boom, and then no, they would just chew us up by doing stuff like that. So, okay, all right, guys, got it? Okay, all right, let's come down here a little bit. Let's come down here to the baseline. So let's have blue on defense this time. Give me white, give me an offense on the wing, on the top of the key, on the wing. That's it. Everyone else can come down here and play defense. All right, blue down here, everyone under the basket. So, kind of like what you guys, so the goal here is I want to talk about the matchup zone. The reason I like the matchup zone, we went, and I don't know if it was because of the matchup zone. I kind of think it was. My fourth year as a head coach, we were like 3-7. We had one returning varsity player, period, back. We started off like 3-7. And then the next 10 games, we went 7-3. I actually tried installing the matchup at the beginning of the season. We put our man-to-man in, and then we installed the matchup zone. I tried for like 3 days. I'm like, we're installing it. It's like, it feels weird. Okay, let's not do that. All right, so that was November. And then, that was November. And then we went away from it. And then over Christmas break, I'm like, okay, let me rethink how I want to do this. And what I did was we went off of our we already had our solid man-to-man principle, solid man-to-man base. And then without that, because the same way that you guard the post in your man-to-man, you're going to guard the post in your matchup. But the reason I like the matchup is, one, it's just screwy. It looks a little different. And here's the thing, is like, I always had trouble getting my guys to talk in a man-to-man defense. And you say, it's like, look, everyone's got to talk. And they would just scream and talk and talk and talk. But then we started teaching this matchup, and I don't know what it was, if they were tired of playing man-to-man, and they liked the idea of a zone, even though the matchup zone is kind of like, it's more man-to-man than it is zone even. And again, it's not a switching man. A good matchup zone is not a switching man-to-man. A Princeton matchup zone, it's sometimes you switch, sometimes you don't. It's like, hey, sometimes they follow their guy, and then sometimes they pass guys off. But what happened was our guys either rallied around that idea, or they just finally bought into the fact. I'm like, look, the only way that the matchup zone works is if you guys talk. And it's not like we would always have them, like when I was in high school on, it was like, deny, ball, help. And it was all that kind of stuff. But what I tried to get these guys to do instead was like, hey, I got you right. Hey, I got you left. Watch there, watch here. Actually saying stuff like that, that's actually more, it's more of a communication. Actually more of saying, like, I'm actually giving you value when I speak to you, than just like screaming. The only time I will scream one word is when I'm guarding the ball, ball, dead. And it's just like, eat garlic the night before, spit in his face, and all that kind of stuff. As you just yell so hard, and so like, just be miserable when you're one-on-one. Okay, but if I'm hey, I got you baseline, I got you here. Hey, watch the down screen over here. It's kind of like the center fielder can see everything. So the center fielder is talking to everybody. Okay, the bottom defender can see everything. Bottom defender's talking to everybody. This guy here, I'm talking to you guys. I can't see him, but I'm talking to you guys. This guy one pass away, I can't see anything back here, but I'm talking to my buddy. Hey, I got you left. Just communicate like that, okay? Now, so very quickly, we're going to actually build up a shell defense. And I do this, and Coach, I think I might do this similar to you, where we build it up in progression. So the same way we teach our Princeton in progressions, this happens first, this happens second, this happens third. I kind of build the zone, the man-to-man a very similar way. So the first thing we do is work on closeouts. These are 1-on-3 closeouts. And basically, I need one line. So one guy's going to go, then the next guy. I'm going to roll the ball out here, and you're going to sprint 2/3 as hard as you can, 2/3 of the way. And you'll always know a well-coached team by the way they close out, especially defensively. And I'll go through the motions, and I'll let them show me if they're a well-coached team or not. on the spot. Sprint 2, 3. They close. If you close out every single time, they're a well-coached defensive team. That's the first thing I look for when I'm scouting. Sprint 2/3 of the way. I like to break down like this, 2 hands up, and then however you decide you want to guard the wing, this is where you start teaching it. If you are a no middle drive, it's like this: 1 foot just 8 inches above his. Excuse me. Keeping him, forcing him down to the baseline. If you square up, you square up. If you're a pack line, no baseline, say, hey, pack line, you force a middle, then I'm opening up like this, forcing a middle. Okay, all of them work. It just depends on if you're pack line, there's always going to be a defender in that split. And then your low post guy can deny on the high side. But if I'm like this, I've got to front the post, so I've got to deny the post on the low side. Or if I'm denying the post on the high side, we've got to help with our guard. So it's just all those decisions that you have to make. But I'm just going to square up on them. All right, and we're going to say guard your yard. Okay, you're not going to dribble now, but when I say guard your yard, I got 3 feet to my right, 3 feet to my left. So if you try to go right or left, go one way or the other, I don't care. All you got to do is just reach step and just go. If I can guard 3 feet, okay, and then get back in a stance, I've done a good job defensively. All right, so you can juke like you're going to go one way, but just take like, no, don't take any dribbles right now. Let's just get through this. All right, you go and throw it to this guy. Boom, now I'm going to turn and sprint, and I'm going to close out here. Sprint 2/3 of the way, 67%. Break your feet down, boom. And then as soon as you get here, it's like you're up here, and I like maybe to a little bit of cushion to where I can hand him here. All right, so I'm here, and if he rips it through in jab steps, boom, I can be here. If he pulls it back, I can get back into stuff. If he's in a weak stance, you can really crowd him. If he's a good player, maybe I got to give him cushion. Okay, then we kick it here. Boom, and I sprint. 2/3 way, break down. I square up. It's like, you guys know what a tangent line is? You're at a tangent line when you square up on them. Okay, again, no middle drive is like this. No baseline drive is like this. Square up, head up is just like this. All right, now what we'll do on this side is you will actually try to drive, say, if you're square up, we'll say, hey, they can drive baseline or middle. We don't want, but no straight line drives. If you square up, we say no straight line drives. You can try to drive right or left, I don't care, but I'm getting here, I'm going to bounce you out at least 1 step. If I can do that, and then he turns the corner again, that's fine. By that time, we got to help defense coming, okay? So let's just go through this one time, just one round. All right, ready? So this is what I do. I yell stance, you slap the ground, yell defense. Everyone slaps the ground, yells defense. Okay, so spread out a little bit out here, and then I'll roll the ball out and you go, okay? All right, ready? Stance! Go. Next up, ready? Here we go. Go. We just do that on the first one, just on the first one. Ready? Go. Good, here we go. Ready? Go. Good job over there, good. Here we go. Good, here we go, next up. Ready? Go.
Good job, Danny.
Ready, go.
Good, DJ.
Square up, head up on him.
Go, Josh.
Let me know when we're at the beginning. Go. Right. Good. All right. I should ask you, Coach, how do you guys guard the wing? You force baseline. Okay. So when I say square up, so because you guys are already forcing baseline, let's have you guys just force baseline. We'll just adjust the matchup to what you guys already do. So you guys are more square. You square up like this, 1 foot ahead, a little bit less, kind of like that. Okay, but you're like no middle. You can go that way or you can go that way, right? Okay. When we taught this, if they tried to go middle, I took so many charges like this. They try to go middle, I'm reach stepping and I'm taking a charge. Okay, but if you can guard your yard, if you can just right here and force them out and then force them out just 1 step, you can guard 3 feet to your right, 3 feet to your left, you're in good shape. Okay, now let's come back down here. Give me 2 white on offense, 2 blue on defense. And I tell you what, white just go ahead and out there, and you guys just rotate in with the white. So white, you guys will stay on offense. Blue, you guys will stay in defense right now. So give me one guy on the wing here and the wing here. So building up our man-to-man principles. Again, I always teach man-to-man because I want to have a foundation. Okay, so you guys are over here looking at me, right here, feet almost together, looking at me, because you don't know which way I'm going to throw it. Yeah, ball. We only need one for this one. Okay, if you're not in offense, just step outside in the blue. All right, step outside in the blue if you're not in. All right, now this one, I will yell stance. You guys slap the ground and yell defense. And then when I kick to the side, let's just go ahead and so go stance, defense. Now walk through it. I throw the ball here. You sprint and close out. Okay, and then you're going to turn your feet the way that you turn your feet, no middle drive. All right, and you're perfectly right on the midline. Head right on the midline, between the rim and the rim, perfect. All right, now what you're going to do is you're going to skip it. We'll do this, and you sprint and close out, and you sprint to help. Good, I like it. All right, now don't come past the midline, okay, because now you're giving them too much advantage. You're right on that midline. All right, same thing. Now, eventually we'll add drives. Eventually we will add drives, but right now we're just stationary. Now skip it back over. Sprint, close out. Good. All right, good. Okay, now back here. All right, now we're going to go live. Okay, no dribbles. Now here's, I'll say this the politically correct way. Offense, be nice guys. All right, you know, when you catch it, hold it, pivot. You know, actually work on maybe some rip through stuff like that. Let the defense get set. Sometimes the offensive guys just catch it and skip it before they get there. Skip it before they get there. Okay, don't be that guy. All right, ready? Okay, here we go. When I yell stance, you guys are doing it too. Ready? Stance! Good. 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 Get up there. Good. Good. Dead. Dead. All right, you guys out. 2 new guys in. Here we go. You guys out. 2 new guys in. Ready? One more time. Ready? Stance! Good. Good. Dead. Dead. Good. Good. Dead. 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 Good. Here we go. All right, new group in. Now, I might not do all this on day one, but I want to make sure I talk about this. So now let's go ahead and skip it out here. 2-on-2. When we add a drive, so you guys are a no middle drive team. So when I say drive it, you're going to drive it baseline. Now this is how I like to rotate, and this is how we build ours. We call it an organized scramble. So when you drive, okay, if you're saying if we're actually committing to no middle like this, or even you guys are a little bit like this, they will beat you baseline. Okay, so when you see one dribble, you're almost anticipating them getting beat. Okay, so when that happens, you're going to help outside the lane. Okay, and you're dribbling down here. You got to turn this way like this. Okay, if you turn this way, he might get through both of you. All right, so you're here like this, helping outside the lane. All right, and if he picks the basketball up on a shot or a skip, okay, go ahead and skip it now. No, hold on, skip it. Now, hold on, stop now, come back. Your instinct was first, right? So what happens is, who can get there quicker? Him. First of all, because he's sideways, he can just turn and go. You've got to turn 180 and go. So I almost think it's easier for this guy. His momentum is also coming this way, and your momentum is coming that way. So if we drive and he skips it, I want you to leave him, and you're basically going to switch guys. Okay, I am not one like all the time we have to have this guy guarding this guy and this guy guarding this guy. Okay, especially once we put a good team defense together. If we recognize, hey, this is their stud, we get a mismatch, we'll put extra help on that, like right in the middle of possession. Okay, so let's do this a couple times. And now it's the same reason we do this. If the ball's there, if he drive, and we help. Let's say he puts up a shot, go and shoot it. Who is in better position to box this kid out? You are. So you're going to hit this one, and then you're going to sprint. If he's going to come in, and you're going to sprint that one. Now, just while we're here, how I box out is if the further we are from the paint, I'm going to, and I always step in. So if he doesn't move, I'm just going to hit him. Okay, but if you move one way or the other, I don't care which way. If you go this way, I'm following my nose. I'm going to hit, and I'm going to get. You're going to hit him and get him. If he goes this way, I'm going to hit him, and then I'm going to go get it. Okay? It's like when I played, it was All right, he puts up the shot. It's like, box him out, get him out. And we're like pushing him outside the lane. And then no one goes and ever gets the rebound. And someone eventually gets, it's hard to box out. All you got to do, if they're on the perimeter, just hit and then go get them. Now, if you're boxing out a big, all right, if they put that shot up and your guy's out here, boom, now you're doing this. You're holding him here. And then you can go get it, or the guard can fly in and go get it. Okay, because the guards are just keep bumping them off the path and go and getting the rebound. Okay, so you guys understand that rotation? Guys, let's do it one time, just one time. Ready? Down here. Stance! Help. Skip it, good. Close out. Here. Drive it. Good. Skip it, close out, hard. Good, dead. Good, you guys got it. All right, here we go, ball back down here. So now give me a third guy on offense. Give me 3 guys on D. Now the way that we progress through this, fellas, is we added 1 new guy. So there's only 1 new thing I have to teach here. All right, you 2 guys on the wing know what you're doing. Ball comes here, you sprint, close out, you sprint to help. The new thing we have to teach is who's guarding this guy 1 pass away. So coach, okay, is that where you guys go? Is that where you guys go? Yeah, okay. So do they deny sticking their man, or they should be 50-50?
They should be sticking their man right here.
Okay, so you're right up here like this? Okay, I am going to, and I guess that would, if you're saying no middle drive, that would work. I'm going to, for me, because what we do is I'm going to bring you off him 50-50, and I'm going to do it this way. Just to have a little bit extra help over here. But I see, if there is no middle drive, I can understand why you might be here, but sometimes they get beat middle, and if you're over here, they can drive that gap. So for me, I'm going to put you right here because of what we're going to do in our matchup. Okay, so I want you, it's almost 50-50. I will settle with you 60-40. Okay.
What we do at times is that depending on the offense, we'll adjust and we'll play.
Perfect. Yep. Yep. Yeah. If that kid's a stud, you're right here. That kid's a dud, you're right here. Totally get it. Okay? So I'm going to have you 50-50. Right? In the split, denying. Right? Ball goes to the top. All right, you sprint and close out. Now, you 1 pass away. This is the other thing you have to teach. You're going to close out to the denial spot. When you're guarding the ball, fellas, one thing I like was we jump and swipe. So jump to the ball and we swipe like that. You swipe that hand, it almost deters them from driving. Thad Mott at Ohio State would do that. Their guys would come, they would jump and they would swipe, and then they're in the passing lane. 1 hand in the passing lane. So you're right here 50-50. You're right here 50-50. I would say when the ball's in the middle of the floor, for sure, coach has got you guys right here. Okay? Because if you're sticking your man and you're sticking your man, it's like one-on-one time. Okay? Ball comes here. Sprint to close out. Jump and swipe. Sprint to help. Good job. All right, you guys got it? Okay, ball it back down here. Here we go. All right. Ready. Stance. Good. Good sprint. Good. Good. Drive it. Now get to the wing and drive it. Drive it. Okay, dead. Good job. Bring it back here to the wing. That's a good job. If you don't have to help, if he does his job, makes your defense better. But again, the way you guys play defense, you will inevitably give up baseline drives, okay? So he drives baseline, he gets beat, you come outside the lane to help, you're anticipating that, and you are dropping down and you got to drop all the way down here. I would say level of the ball. So you're like right here where I'm at, okay? If you're too high, again, this is a 5-on-5 game, someone's right here, okay? So I'm looking ahead. I want you down here filling this spot. All right, the basket's the most important thing. All right, so you're right here in the midline. All right, so now this is going to be our organized scramble. Ball gets skipped to the opposite wing. Stop. Yep. Closest guy. You're going to go get that one. Who's getting that one? Top guy. And then you're sprinting to help. Okay, so that's how I rotate and fill those spots. Okay, guys, got it? Okay, give me 4 guys on offense, 4 guys on defense. So I want wing, slot, wing. So lane line extended, good. Just 4 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. All right, come back in here. Let's walk through this. Ball goes to the wing. Sprint, close out. Sprint to deny. You got bottom help, you got top help. Right on the midline. Don't come too far this way. All right, good. Yep, I like it. Good. Okay, ball gets reversed. Jump and swipe, sprint and close out. Good. And you're kind of coming up. It's kind of like, I still like this, but a lot of coaches are putting them in this kind of weird spot here because it's kind of 50-50. So I'm not against this, but I still like, it's like, yeah, it's like you're getting there, but you just understand you're ready. Because if you anticipate this and they throw this, if you come over here anticipating that pass and they throw it back here, it's like, oh no, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, just anticipate whatever, watch his shoulders, watch his eyes. Ball comes here, sprint and deny, jump and swipe, sprint to help. Okay, again, yep. Yeah, again, I like the midline, but I'm okay. I can settle with this, with a little bit 50-50 between your guy and that one. Ball comes to the wing, boom. Sprint close out, you're dropping, bottom help, top help. Okay, there's a drive, help outside the lane. You got bottom help, top help on the midline, great. If there's a skip, okay, dead, good. Closest guy. Now, I would say probably you're closer, but probably he's quicker. So it's kind of like first guy gets there wins. So if he starts going, if he got the jump and he got there quicker, boom, go get him. Boom. And then you go get this one. And then you get that top help and you got bottom help. Good job going to your spots. Okay? All right, now on a baseline drive, boom, help outside the lane, drop. Okay? Yep, you're going to drop, going to be the top help guy. All right? He helps him, you help him, you help him. Okay? You're always helping the guy to the left. All right? Okay, guys, got it? All right, what's that? You got a question? Okay, good? Awesome. Okay. Give me 5-on-5. And just put one player in the post. One of the 5 white guys in the post. All right. Now. Yep. Defense down here. I'm going to go and throw it on this side first. Sprint and close out. Good. Now stop. No, hold on. We're going to walk through it. Okay. Ball's on the wing. Where you at? Okay. One pass on the ball. No middle drive. One pass away. Help. And I'd just be right here on the midline. No reason to come over here, okay? Because if he does come, you just watch him. Now, we really got good at teaching our guys to anticipate. Like, look, everyone in the gym knows he's not driving middle, okay? So he's driving. I know if he drives, he's coming this way. So I'm here, I'm waiting. On the first bounce, boom, I start to go. He might stop just because he sees you coming early, but he keeps coming. So he comes, and you come here and drop like this. Boom, you drop, and yeah, you might not drop to the midline, but you're kind of like right here. All right? All right, guys, got it? Skip it. Right over there. Okay, good. Throw it out on this side. Now, I'm going to assume, because of how this has always been like the age-old thing, like how you guard the wing and how you guard the post are synonymous. So he's in the post up on the block. All right, if you're saying, now, there's 2 ways to do this, and I asked a mentor of mine, I say, what do you do in this? I say, I like denying on the 3/4 side on the high side, because when I became a head coach, there were some really good 6'5", 6'6" post players that were really good in the post, really good shooters, and I did not want to help, because a lot of times if you're saying no middle drive, you are either going to front or deny front like old school Dick Bennett, or you're going to deny on the low side, which I love denying on the low side, by the way. But if they drive, I have to leave. And then I have to train my guards. At the time when I was young, I didn't want to leave the best player in the league on my 5'10" guys. Okay? Now, I would absolutely do it. But back then, I wouldn't. So come back here, put the ball back on the wing. But if you are going to deny on the high side, how do you guys do it?
We usually either front or just deny low side, like you said.
Oh, that's how you guys do it? Okay, that's how I do it. Let me just show the coach. The other way I would do this is what I did when I first started coaching. I asked Coach Kalo at Westerville, so I said, so how would you do this? Or I was like, if I wanted to keep my guy one-on-one with him, what we actually did is we stayed on the 5, and we played 4-on-4 shell with everyone else. So if we drove baseline, this is what I did when I first started coaching. I sprint out, and you're going to help. And you're dropping, and you guys are playing 4-on-4 shell. Yep, so you're coming, like, probably right about there. And we would play 4-on-4 shell, and then I'm chasing them over the top. And because this was the best player in the league, they're 5-man. So this is what I started doing what I do now is I deny on the low side. If we're saying no middle drive, I deny on the low side. If I'm saying no baseline drive, like true pack line, we're denying 3/4 on the high side. So that's what, because I could do this and prevent that drive denying on the low side. The problem, coach, that we had is when they reversed it up top, it was either I've got to chase him over here like this, or if he beats me, I've got to shoot underneath and prevent that high low. That's the one place where I would get beat. Okay, back down here. Okay, so now that we understand what we're doing man-to-man, okay. All right, so now we're all on the same page. Okay. Give me blue on defense, white on offense. Just give me a 4 out, 1 in. So let's just come up. That's fine on that side. So ball's on this side, offense. So now we know what we're doing man-to-man wise. So now we're going to go zone. All right, matchup zone. And the way that I started teaching this zone, and this is before I bought, Jeff Bezdelic has a really good matchup zone. He was at Air Force when he made it. Got a really good matchup zone DVD. Chris Mooney's is also really good. I went and watched Chris Mooney when they were actually running. They actually went away from it at Richmond and went back man-to-man, and their defense got better. So, you know, is what it is. Sometimes man-to-man is better. Sometimes matchup zone, maybe something to throw at them. But they were very old school Princeton matchup zone. But I was trying to figure out, like, do I want the offense to run their man? Do I want them to think that we're in zone so that they run their zone offense because that would be easier to guard? And pretty much the decision I made, and I think this is when I went down to Richmond, talked to their assistant coaches, it kind of confirmed it, is we want to work on the most common man-to-man patterns, and we want to work on guarding those so that we have our concepts and principles down of what we do with cutters, what we do when there's screens, what we do when someone cuts our face, when we learn through that. And then what happens is when we see a team, and we scout a team, we'll say, okay, these guys run this kind of action, so let's run our matchup against the action that they see man-to-man, and we would go that. But we would already have, we're going to rep like the man-to-man, the common man-to-man actions. We're going to rep common zone actions. That way when we get into it, we got this pretty good database of everything, and then we can tweak it by scouting report. Okay? So when they're in a matchup zone, if they come up in a 2-guard front, your guys are pretty much down. If you guys are a denial team, I'm just going to back you off the denial lane just a little bit. But you're kind of like, instead of being way up here, I'm just going to bring you down just a little bit. Not a lot, but just a little bit. Everything else is about the same. Okay? The man-to-man principles in a matchup zone is exactly the same. Everyone's responsible for a man at all times. Okay, in this zone. You're not responsible for an area, you're responsible for a man. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to go 4 around 1. Okay, you're going to pass the ball here. All right, man-to-man, do what you do. Okay, jump to the ball. Okay, this is exactly right. So the first thing, all we're going to do is you're going to cut to the opposite corner, and you're going to fill his spot on this lane line. And then you're going to fill his spot in that lane line. You're going to fill that spot. You're going to fill these 4 and 4 shell spots. Okay? Now, what we tell our defenders to do, because in a man-to-man, you're going to chase him all the way through, stop at the midline, you're going to sprint to denial, and that's what you guys are going to do with the man-to-man. With the matchup zone, we are going to talk it, we're going to touch it, we're going to switch it. Okay? The first thing that happens is we have to talk it. So you're behind him, you're talking to him. Hey, I got you back, got you left, I got you here. Okay, and you're back here, hey, I got you, I'm right here, I'm right here. And you're talking on that side as well. Okay, and deny him on the bottom side is exactly the way you do it. So what happens is, when there's a cutter, and when they cut behind you, this will come back in play. He cuts behind you. You've got to go down with him. Now remember, the next guy coming is going to be your guy. You've got to talk it. We've got to touch. Pretty much, we almost have to come together feet to feet. Now, cut like you're going to try to score first. We talk it. We touch it. He goes behind me. Boom, I give him to you. And then boom, I come back up to my spot. Okay? And it's almost the same thing here. It's like you almost have to, if he goes out that way, say, hey, I got him now. I got it. He's mine. That one's yours. Okay?
Do I supposed to bump him or no? I could just like.
Well, if he goes out there, it's not much of a bump. If he comes right here in a different scoring, you might have to, but in this situation, you probably don't. But you verbally have to tell him, hey, I got this guy. You got that one. Pick him up. I get here. And if you don't talk like that, this will not work. Okay? So now let's pass it up here. All right, what do you do? Pass it over here. What do you do? Now let's come up this way a little bit. Because again, if they're saying no middle, again, they're probably not saying no middle up here. He's probably a little bit more square on him. But if you're sticking your guy, there's a gap there he can drive. Okay? And also I would say turn sideways like this, because if you are denying, you can turn a snap this way. If you're like this and he cuts, then you gotta turn that way. This is more, you're more efficient sideways. Okay, ball goes to the wing. You guys are running man-to-man, right? Okay, now I want you to cut through the opposite wing. You talk it, you touch it, boom, you touch them, boom, and then you're back in your spots. Okay, looks like a man-to-man, all right? It's not technically a man-to-man, it's not a zone, it's a matchup zone. Okay, this is not a switching man-to-man. Okay, switching man-to-man is like every time there's interchange we switch, but it's like we're staying in our man-to-man we're staying in our man-to-man positions. Okay, pass it back over here. One more time. Reverse it, reverse it, reverse it. Boom, cut. Good, good. Talk it, touch it, get back to your spots. Good. Dead, dead, good. All right, now. Okay, very good. So now let's go. So I'm just going to, what was the next one that I usually do? Okay, so I'm going to throw, we're going to do a weak side stagger. So now let's do this. So let's reverse it, reverse it, reverse it. 5 minutes, go block to block. Now what we're going to do is you're going to come down here to this block. All right, you're going to come down and set a screen, and you're going to come down and set a screen. So you're going to screen probably in here this guy, and then you're going to screen this guy. So we're going to set a stagger screen. So we're going to talk it, touch it, and you're just going to pass him up the chain. So this is your man. All right, and then you're going to come off the stagger like, hey, here he comes, and I'm going to pass him to you, and I got your guy. And they say, I got him, I'm going to pass him to you, and then you got this guy. All right, and then you're going to fill that slot, and then you guys pop back out to these ones, and you're going to reverse it, stagger screen on the other side. Okay, you guys got it? Here we go. So you guys can go through like 75%, it's fine. All right. Yep. Over here. Stagger, screen. Guys, screen. So get open, go. Good. Good. Screen, stagger, screen. Pass him up, pass him up, pass him up, pass him, pass him, pass him. Good. Good. Screen, screen. Talk. See, like they're talking like crazy. This doesn't work if you don't talk. Do it again, do it again. Good, good. Audio, awesome. Good. Good, dead, dead, dead. Really good, right? But can you guys understand that if you didn't talk, that doesn't work? You have to talk it, you have to touch him, you have to pass. So a lot of times, like you wanted to chase your guy. I know you did. But if they're going bottom up, it's like, hey, I put my hand on my teammate's back. Say, hey, you got him. Here he is. You got him. And then you do the same. You just talk it, you touch it, and you pass them on. Okay? So now, White, give me 2 bigs in the low post. 2 bigs in the low post. All right, and then 3 guards. Okay, so now we're running like a 3 out, 2 in offense. We're gonna stay man to man, but we teach them how to guard the man to man stuff first, because guarding the zone stuff's easy. All right, so we teach them how to guard the man-to-man stuff. So ball's right here. Where are you in your man-to-man? Okay, this matchup zone's a man-to-man. Yep, come up a little higher. Come, you got to help me out here. He's in the middle of the floor. If he's really good, he's getting in these gaps, okay? All right, now you guys are on the line, up the line here as well. So ball's there. I'm like this, okay? All right, there you go. Now, we're going to throw the ball to one wing, jump and deny. Now, I'm going to do one thing a little bit different here. Okay, now, if we were, these would interchange, you guys would just talk it, touch it, pass them on. I want to get to this one now, because what happens is, there's a couple ways you can do this. I want you to overload to the corner. Now, if he cuts behind you, okay, let's say he just cuts behind you. This is one situation where I have no one to pass him off to, so I stay with him. Okay, and he goes. That's one way of doing that. Another way of doing it, come back up here. So if they cut and go away, they're going into my help, I can talk it, touch it, pass them off. If he goes to this corner, it's going to be tough. Now, the other way to do it, if we know how they're running this, if he cuts, let me kind of, now I'm good. Now I can see what you're seeing. Okay, we're denying here. Now he cuts behind you, and you're going to the corner. You could do it this way. Go straight to the corner. You turn here, and you go, and boom, boom, boom. You got him, you got him, you got him. I got this one. All right, I've seen coaches do that before too. I personally think staying with him is easier. So I like to just stay with him. But I've seen guys, I can't remember if it's Bezdelic or Mooney, but one of those guys would actually bump that and switch on that. I don't like that, so I would just stay with him. So you come in here, and then you're staying with your man-to-man stuff, all right? And then you guys are, but everyone's got a guy, right? Right? Man-to-man principles. That's why, for me, I've got to have a solid man-to-man foundation before I put in my matchup zone. Because if they're not trained to get to the midline, if they're not trained to do what they do one pass, because all the movement's man-to-man stuff. Okay? So now, opposite big, you're going to flash up here, and you're going to set a ball screen. Okay? Right? Rack 'em. That's your call. Okay. So when you hear a ball screen, you're like, so coach, I already see you guys you want him to use the ball screen, right? You do not want him to drive against it or reject it. Good. That's what I do too. Okay, so now when you come off this ball screen, you are going to switch. So this is important. So you probably chase him over the top in your man-to-man, right? And the matchup, so in ball screen, I probably do the same thing you guys. You chase him over the top, you hard hedge, you go over, under. You go over and then under like that. Is that what you do? Or you just chase him over?
Yeah, just fight through.
Okay, just fight through. Okay, cool. I go over and under. That's one way to do it. But now, what we're going to do instead is in our matchup zone, we're going to be switching. So you're going to be, instead of like you are here, you're going to be accepting him because you're going to be guarding him. All right, so you want to turn sideways like this with your left foot here so he can't slip. And as he takes that one dribble, you put your right foot there so he can't slip you. And then all you're here, boom, reach, step, and boom, now you got the ball. Now you're going to have to work hard for a second, okay? But that's all right because you've got guys on your right and guys on your left that are going to help you on the perimeter. So he comes off and you switch it, boom, you got the ball, boom. And then you talk it, you touch it, you pop to the wing, and then you deny right here, okay? So now, dribble it up to the top. All right, throw it to the other side, overload, and you're going to roll back into this post, okay? And then you're going to come across this way, and you're going to set a ball screen on the other side.
Left.
Okay, yeah, pick and pop, yeah, it's just not a pick and pop, it's a pick and roll. I'm pretending you're 6'4" big, okay? All right, so again, same way, this is how you do it in your man-to-man. We have to make an adjustment here, okay? Now you could still you can still hard hedge it, but you aren't taking him. You're not fighting through. You are going underneath. If you go over top and he slips it, okay, you could do that, but I want to really, I want to adjust this a little bit for the matchup. So if you're going to be accepting him, you can be like this as long as you're here, but you're going to go under. So we're going to force him to use the screen. All right, when he starts going that way, now you can get your foot here, and then you're actually going to open up because you're going to be guarding him now, okay? I do not care if my big man's guarding a guard. Okay, it's a little different. I do not care if my 5'4" guy is guarding their 6'4" guy. I don't care because we'll actually prepare for that kind of stuff. So now you come off of it, you're one pass away. Now, if you feel like you need more cushion, because you're not out here that often, you can give him more cushion. You come down, that's perfectly fine. Okay, all right. You're going to throw it to him at the top of the key. You're going to reverse it. Overload. Boom, you go with him. There's no one to pass him off to. So you go with him here, and you're filling the top of the key. Oh, I'm sorry, actually, you're not. You're staying back there. So it's something screwy happening here. And you're going to go screen here. Okay, you guys got it? Okay, you guys have the pattern offensively? All right, let's give it a shot. So you ball screen and roll to the block. We screen from the opposite block. All right, here we go. Overload, good. There, stop. Now, he's your guy now.
Oh, okay.
He's your guy. Right? It's a matchup man. So when the ball's in the so you're here. And we'll have guards on bigs. Now, this is what happens. So this is the concern. All right? Everyone on defense has to be aware that guards are guarding bigs now and bigs are guarding guards. Okay, so you have to give extra help where you see it. And the more you guys work on this, you will actually see that, hey, once you come off this, so now we've got, who's guarding the screener here? Go where you are. So now you got big on guard. Guess what's going to happen, fellas? You're going to get back to a big. Okay, now what happens is you don't want him to roll like that. So come back here and do this again. And this is why I'm going to change you up. Instead of instead of hard hedging like you are like this, I need you to open up like this. And this foot needs to be below his. Okay? Because if you're above him, he's going to slip, and it's going to be bad for him. Okay? And then you're doing a good job forcing. Once you see him go off the screen, boom, you're underneath, he puts your foot, you take his guy. And then you're just reach step. You just guard your yard now. Okay? And then when he rolls, you're already in the right position. Bring it to the top of the key. All right? Good, one pass away. Yeah, that's fine. You're probably actually going to roll to this spot because he's going to go and just roll to this spot. Okay? And then you go and set, you're going up there. You hit here. You're overloading. Jump to the ball. Good. Now, yeah, you were on this side, right? Yeah, so you're going to go up and set that ball screen. Okay, you guys got it? All right, let's give it a shot. Here we go. Ball up top, ball up top, ball up top. Yep. Here we go. All right, good. Dead. Good. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll build that up so that they see a lot of common actions. So we've worked on down screens. It's a stagger, but it's a down screen. We worked on passing and cutting away and just passing defenders off. We worked on overload where you have to stick with them. And now we worked on ball screens where they got to guard ball screens. And we'll do a lot of other stuff. We'll guard the flex. We'll make them run the flex, and we'll guard the flex, the down screen, the flex screen. We'll make them guard, if you see a dribble drive offense, if you see like 3 of them in your league, we'll practice this against dribble drive action. And then, as you scout the teams, hey, this is what they do man-to-man. And what I do is in November, we'll work on I wish we had one of the other groups here. Tomorrow we're having the 2 groups together, right? Yeah, so I'd have one group running Princeton and these guys running matchup. That'd be fun to do. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Right? Yeah, we'll give that a try. But it's a little different. And what happened for us in 10 games, 17, they could not figure us out. They could not figure out what we're doing. For some reason, our guys rallied behind it. I think it was because they would say, we want to run this matchup zone. It sounds cool. I think it's because they were talking to each other, and they just rallied behind each other because it's a lot of work to go like this. Okay, all right, okay. So run ball screens for round 1, cut through. Let's do this against the flex real quick. Do you guys know flex? Good, you're gonna learn it. It's the worst offense in the entire world. They've been running it since 1922. All right, come over here. So I got a 4 out, 1 in. 4 out, 1 in. Come up here, offense. Up here. Yep, go on the perimeter now. Yep, go out there. Come on this side. All right, so the flex, the ball is only getting passed guard to guard, guard to guard. Like this, like this, like this, like this. So ball always starts 5-man ball. So I'm just going to do the very, very simple version of the flex offense. Okay, ball back here. All right, where are you at defensively? Okay. Okay, not bad. I would just a little bit right there. Okay. If I were coaching right now, I would probably have him in that spot. But when I'm coaching 10 years ago,
You're coaching him where he should be.
Right here. Yeah. If I'm coaching 10 years ago, I got him right here. I'm just, but that would be an adjustment that I would have been making. I would have. It's like this is the old school spot, and this is it's okay. I can get away with that. Okay. You're here, okay? All right, on this pass, guard to guard, it's going to be flex screen, down screen. So the flex screen is you're going to screen for this one. So, and you're going to come underneath, over top, I don't care, okay? And you're coming to this block. Let's just go man-to-man, stay with them right now so you can see it, okay? And now you're going to set a down screen, okay? And now you're going up that way. Yep. Okay, so let's just get through it right now, and then you're going to bounce out, okay? And now you see we've got a guard in here again. So now we're going to throw the guard to guard. That down screen gets him open. Flex screen. So you're like, hey, I got you. And you screen this one. Okay, and he goes that way. Your man helps a little bit. We always chest that cutter. You're setting a down screen. Right? And then you set this one and you're following me. You're off this. And here it is. And now flex screen is a cross screen. Flex screen, down screen. And I'm looking here at this one. Okay? And then I'm looking here at this one. And then flex screen, you stop in the post. Yep, and you're setting the back screen or the cross screen. Now you pop out. Okay, because we're bringing him over here. So you're coming off that one. Flex screen, and then down screen. And after you down screen, you pop out. Okay, you guys got it? I swear to God, we put this in my senior year. We spent 3 days on it. Friday night, second quarter, coach said, hey, let's run flex. I'm like, I don't know it. I can't remember it. Okay, that's me. Okay, for real. So I had a hard time understanding. So like, we are who we are as coaches. I couldn't understand the game as a player. So as a coach, I overemphasize understanding how to understand the game. All right, so you guys got it? So now we're going to do the matchup against this. So if I'm saying, hey, we're running against a team that runs the flex, guys. They run the flex. This is who we're placing tomorrow night. They run the flex. This is how we're going to match up against it. I would walk to say, this is how we're going to do it man-to-man. This is how we're going to bump. If they go low, we're going to bump the cutter. If they go high, they should never cut your face, and you're just going to ride them the whole way. When I was a girls coach, there was one team that won 90% of his games. He never beat us because we were just so good at guarding that flex. That's all he did. But the guy won like 900 games running the flex. All right. So now we're going to go matchup zone though. Okay. Now we're going to run our matchup. So we're going to, in practice, we're going to say, this is how we do this. So throw the guard to guard. Boom. Jump. Deny. Everyone go. No, hold on. Before we screen, you're going to be ready. You're going to set the screen first. Okay. Now what happens is ball's up here. Go to where you are. So let's run this offense right. Okay. Where you guarding them? Okay. Right there. Okay. And actually, sometimes they'll actually bring you down a little flatter. Okay, once they get going, they'll bring you down just a little flatter, just about right there. Okay, so now throw the guard to guard. And now the first thing is that, so you're going to actually come up here and you're going to screen back here like this. So now you are going to be saying, hey, screen, switch. So you want to get on the inside. Where's the ball? Who's on defense here? You're on defense. That's my bad. You're on defense, right? Yeah, there you go. Okay. Now when your guy's coming off, you take, is this your guy or is this his guy? Okay, good. So he's coming off of this, and you're switching that, and you're here. Now you're going to come up the line a little bit because you don't have to be skin tight on him. All right? And then once you do the flex, now you're going to set the down screen. Now you're going to talk it, you touch it, and then you switch it. So you take him up here, you bounce him, and then you down screen and bounce out. Okay? So now you're back in your spots. All right? You throw the guard to guard. All right? Jump. Now, where do you go man-to-man? Jump where you go man-to-man. They're going to try to get up here and screw. All right, so you're going to be, here comes your guy. Hey, I got your guy. You're going to talk it, touch it, and switch it. So you're getting a screen, and this is what I'm going to say. Man-to-man, that's how we guard the flex. He's screening you. If he goes underneath, because go back up there. Because if you're here, and the ball's there, but when the ball gets passed, we jump the ball and get over the top. If he tries to come over the top with me, let me guard him right here. He comes over the top, boom, I am here, I'm putting him behind me, and I'm sticking him, okay? If he goes over the top, in our matchup, I'm probably going to you step off, let me be you. All right, so ball back over here. Make sure that we understand why we're doing. So I'm here, okay? Ball goes over there. Boom, I'm getting here, and now you're setting a screen, you're trying to screen me. If I get here, I'm hard to screen, okay? But let's just say that you are able to get this screen on me. I never let anyone cut my face. Okay, so I'm going to up here. So if you try to go over top, we're in the matchup zone, and he comes this way, and I put him behind me, there's no switch. There's no switch there. Okay? If he goes underneath, which most of them go underneath, he goes underneath. It's usually say, I'm going to touch, hey, here he comes. Usually it's a bump, and then you bump him, and man-to-man, I'm getting here, and then they're setting the down screen, and we would shoot through that gap. They would down screen, would shoot through the gap. But in the matchup, it's this. Ball's here. Make the pass. Boom, I'm over the top. He goes underneath. You bump him, and now we talk it, we touch it, and then you stay on that denial side. And then here I am, and my man-to-man position is like this now. All right, now you're going to come set a down screen. Okay? Now, in man-to-man, what we would do is you're coming off that, you leave me a gap, I shoot through that, right? That's how you guys do it? That's how we do it. All right? I like it. Okay? But now we're going to talk it, touch it, and switch it. So now, here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Boom, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. And you bounce out, and then here we are. Okay? Reverse it. Jump to the ball. All right? Set the flex screen, go underneath. Boom, good. Set the down screen. Good. Bounce out. All right, guys got it? Guys got the flex? Guys got the flex? Feel icky running a flex. All right, here we go. Ready? Now, who's on offense? White? Start ball side. There you go. Yep. Good. Here we go. Yep. Go. Flex. Good. Good. Good, dead, good, good, good job, good job, good job. The one thing you always, when you're teaching this defense, again, I do not ever tell them that this is switching man. I did a 21-day challenge where I broke down like 21 defenses in 21 days, and I did a matchup zone and a switching man-to-man in like the same week, and they're really completely different. I mean, you're switching them, but it's like you're always man-to-man principles. So like when you switch this one, you can't be, when he comes up and you switch it and you take him, you can't be like this. You got to be like this. Okay, if this is how you play defense. Okay, this is how I like being 50-50. This is where I want to be. So, but what happens is if you get caught over here up top, he drives middle, oh no, we're beat. Because you're man-to-man. Even though you're denying, you got to be here, you help on that drive. Okay? When the ball's in the wing, I can see it a little bit more, but that's just a little difference between me and you guys. Okay? You guys got it? I do it one more time now. Offense. If you find a spot to drive, drive. Okay? So I want you to go ahead and try to score now. Okay? Make them guard you. Here we go. Get it, get it. You can get it now, D. You can get it now, D. Good. Dead. Good job. Now, White, run what you guys run. Run your offense now. I don't know what it is, so I can't coach you, White. All right? We'll see how good. We'll see it. We'll see how good you are. See if you got it. Here we go. Guard him, D. Guard him, D. Jump to the ball. Switch it. You got to switch that. You got to switch that. Good job. Good job. Back up. Good. 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 No one to switch it to. Switch it. Good, Dad. Go again. Go again. Go again. Hey, listen. Listen. What's it? Still matchup zone. Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right, Blue, you guys got it now? So you guys are matchup zone. So if there's an opportunity to pass them off, you pass them off. I saw one overload where you had to chase him, did a good job. But I think you guys thought you were in man. When they set screens, you talk it, you touch it, you switch it. Okay, here we go. Cut, good. Good. Jump to the ball. Got to jump to the ball. Don't forget the man-to-man rules. Good, 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 good. Help, help, help. Now, right there's dead. Come back up. Bring it back up here right now. Bring it back exactly where you were. Bring it right back here. This is where, so even if you guys are in man-to-man, when the ball's up there, you're skin tight on this one. Okay? when the ball's here, I can be fine being skin tight because you're saying no middle drive. But when the ball's up top, there's no such thing as no middle drive. You're here, that's why he got that drive. If you're here, he doesn't get that drive. Okay? And it's still a difficult pass. It's not going to be able to throw a chest pass because you got your hand here. He's going to have to lob a little bit. That's going to give you time to sprint and close out and then get back to this spot. See what I mean? So even though it doesn't, if you're running your man-to-man or your matchup zone, I'm going to tell you the same. The matchup zone, we're running it the same way you run your man-to-man. The only difference is the talking, the touching, the switching when we have those opportunities. Okay? Now, you guys are working hard. You guys are doing a great job. But don't forget the man-to-man principles. You got stuck on your guy over here, and then you left a huge gap because he can't force him one way or the other when he's up there in the middle of the floor. Okay? When he's on the wing, you can come here and guard him on the wing, and we can stick him here a little bit because I know you're not letting him go middle. But when he's up here, there's no way. You got to be 50-50. Okay? All right? What's that? All right, flip it. Let's put blue on offense. Do you want white running? White, do you guys feel like you can run the matchup on defense, or do you want to run man-to-man? All right, white's man-to-man. Here we go. Let's see what you got. Go again. Guys got 4 minutes. Let's go again. Just more reps. On you. Oh, you got it. Dead. Start over. Do that again. Do that again. So I'm going to make an adjustment with what you guys are doing. Okay, come back. Do it again. Start your offense over. What do you guys call this? Okay. All right. So you threw it here. You cut through. Now you fill the top. You V cut to get open, which is fine. So what I would say is I won't V cut to get open. How many teams deny you versus just pack it in? Okay, so most of what I would normally say is just stand right here. Okay, now you are skin tight here defensively, or you're 50-50? You're more skin tight. So this makes sense. So who was I telling earlier? You, like now when he's not letting you go middle, it makes more sense. He can deny a little bit closer to his guy here. Okay, but let's say you V cut and you got open. All right, you got here. Yep, throw it here. And now you throw it here. Hold on. And then you set a drift screen, right? Okay, so watch this instead. Don't throw it there. But I want you to dribble at the elbow, and I want you to go back door. I want you to go head under the rim, then come back to the low post, okay? And I want you to lift to the corner. So you're the one throwing it to him off the drift. All right, the reason this works is because he's probably you're one pass away. The defense is set now. He's being denied. When he goes back door, boom, the next guy's going to be wide open. So that one's going to be easy. So now you do this, and then boom, now you come here. Boom, now you're off the drift, okay? Now, here's the other thing. You guys run chin. Have you put in chin yet?
Yeah, I know chin.
Okay, so footwork, when you run chin, off the drift is like this, right? Okay, off the flare. I call it a drift, you call it a flare. Yep, so off the flare, your footwork is plant underneath, boom, come up here like that, right? We call this this is point opposite, coach. Ball goes low post, snap it to the point, play opposite. So I'm going to rip it through, and now you're guarding me. Right, when I drive here, and you go back door, next guy fills, 5-man, you're back here. Okay, when I throw it here, just take one step, because now that I have the ball, it's different when I don't have the ball. Just the fact of me driving is taking him down. So I don't have to come back down here and set up and do all this. I've already got, I'm going this way, he's going this way. I just stop and I bounce. And then he gets in between, he chases over the top, boom, now you play, and now you go, okay? And I call it a drift because I want you to get here, and then I want you here. And then the 5-man's just going to get in the way. If it's chin, it's here, and then the 5-man's here, and you're setting them up. I want you here like this, so I want it to be a 2-hand chest pass, catch it, and I've got all this room to work over here. The flare more so is like you get here, and then you kind of come over this way like this, which if you come this way, that pass is shallower, and if they do have to throw a pass over the top, if it gets deflected in any way, it's a layup. So I also want to be extra safe by getting here or boom, boom here, and I just want to, just by getting out this way, if he goes underneath of it, boom, I can step into the shot. If he chases me, boom, I can catch it and rip and drive. Okay? All right? You guys go again. Good job. All right, come on in here, guys. All right, I appreciate it. You guys come back tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get these 5 guys to come back.
Okay, let's talk and we'll figure out exactly how we want to do that with your guys and the other guys. So, all right, appreciate it. You guys get anything out of that? Coaches really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. I'll let you guys get a break right here, and then you guys can go chill for the rest of the day. Right? Okay, got it? Yep.
Let's go Tigers on 3, family on 6. What you do? Tigers. 4, 5, 6. Family.
All right, cool. All right, any questions?
One of the coaches that was here earlier talked about, like, do you actually ever run like a version of chin versus zone?
Yeah.
That's what he wanted to see.
Is that what he wanted to see that? Okay, we'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He left, I think he's going to be back tomorrow, but he wanted to see like the chin.
Yeah.
If you had any.
We run chin versus the 2-3. That's the only time I would do it. I think I got a little bit behind. I'm like, I did that last time. I'll show it tomorrow.
Yeah, because that's actually
Yep.
kind of what I wanted to see too. Is how you
Okay.
use chin specifically.
Yep.
against zone.
Yep. We'll do it tomorrow. Yep. We'll do it tomorrow. All right. Cool. All right. 7 hours straight. So we're 10 hours in. All right. You guys have any questions online? All right. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back tomorrow 9 o'clock. We're gonna go at least to 1, maybe to 2, but probably 1, because someone else is coming in to decorate the gym for something Monday. All right. Okay. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks a lot.